Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayala. Uh, Today, we don't have that much talking about sport, but I will do my best to talk about sport right now. Um, for now, if if you hear me lower my voice because it's pretty much close to 1 o'clock in the morning in France, so I don't want to bother anybody because they're asleep. And for those who did not see ask yourself why I did not do the podcast last week. Um, because I was sick. I had the flu, so I had to pretty much cancel all my podcasts last week. Now that I'm in great shape, so let's talk about it right now. So before we talk about a topic, um, I want you guys to like, subscribe, notify, and leave your comment on my YouTube channel, to be true podcast channel, or you can listen to this podcast on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any platform you can find. You can listen to it for free, and also watch my post on the Too Good to Be True podcast community. You can see every news on sports and so on and so forth. But let's get started right now. This is the early mock draft for the NBA 2025 draft that will come next year for the teams that will get Cooper Flag. So before that, before we seen the what Bleacher Report uh showing, um, I, I want to say this. I didn't see Cooper Flag play because I know college basketball just started for the men, for the women, and that I will talk about it. Talk about it in the preview. What game um, you want to have to watch, but also college football is here too. The NBA is back. The NFL, which for the NFL, I'll be live on my Instagram, which I will talk about it at the end of my podcast. But now let's share what Bleacher Report said on the 2025 NBA mock draft. So, according to the 2025 NBA mock draft, so so we have the top five players right now: Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, VJ, H. Cobb, and Kamen Mulanch. So, according to Bleacher Report, not just for now, if the draft has started right now, the Utah Jazz probably gonna get drafted Cooper Flag in the first round because I know the uh Utah Jazz are very bad this year, so I don't blame them. So this is what they said about Cooper Flag. So that was right before they got one victory. So Duke power forward 6'9", 205 pounds, age 17. So they say this is compared to Andre Kirilenko and Jalen Johnson. So according to what the scout said about Cooper Flag, a coach and fan can affect Cooper Flag to consistently deliver the easy transition, offensive ball movement, and extreme defensive intensity. You wouldn't be surprised if his shooting comes and goes, or he doesn't always look like polished one-on-one creator. But he's built in, but he's built to impact games regardless of whether his shot is failing. Well, that's true because during the Gale Arena, and I forgot to, I don't think I will put it on the video, but it's already out on on YouTube. That Gilbert Arena said that we need to see more of him compete against top players. Yes, he shot for 6 for 15 on an 18 point against Maine. But me too. I personally said it in my mind that he need to play against great competition for to justify if he will be the number one draft pick. But his impact will be amazing if he play like a team, like I said, like Utah, maybe somewhere somewhere like maybe not San Antonio. No, maybe I don't think the Raptors because they're I'll say they're rebuilding, but truly they're not getting Cooper Flag. So that's out of the window. So let's continue to read. So flag athleticism come alive during every open floor opportunity. His size, aggression, and improving ball handling can overwhelm defender on driving space. There is no personal agenda when it comes to just shot hunting. He makes the extra pass to the corner or on a short roll. He's always looked to apply defensive pressure and erase shots with his leaping and anticipation around the basket. So that's pretty interesting. Let's continue. It's the flash of crossover into pull up, fall away inside the arc, and 3 point shot making that could allow him to run away as a clear number one overall favorite. He doubled as both team energized and top scoring weapon with a versatility to generate offensive on and off the ball and different. So I think like I said, he probably gonna develop the jump shot, but his athletic is there. So I think you probably Utah Jazz can get him the number one pick, or he could go to the Clipper. But the problem is, if the Clippers are bad, that 2025 uh, uh, pick will go to the OKC. Remember, because during the 2019 offseason, OKC traded PG to the Clippers to get Shea and SGA and Danilo Gallinari. If you remember that, so they owned that draft pick. OKC owned the Clippers draft pick, so I do not see him playing for the Clippers. So I will make that clear. So next draft person on the mock draft. Now this is just I am considering only the uh five pick, only the draft five pick for now, according to Bleacher Report. So New Orleans Pelican probably gonna get Dylan Harper from Rutger. So they say that he's pretty much a two-way guard, two guard, point guard, shooting guard. He's pretty much compared to Kobe White, Jalen Brunson, but bigger, and James Harden. I also did not see him play, so I'm probably going to be focused on him too. So they say that according to Bleacher Report, they say that rebuilding teams searching for a lead ball handler will spend a lot of time at Rutger, and Dylan Harper could be a top draft next June thanks to his full package positional skills, sets for creation, shot making, and playmaking. Rutger also listed Harper at 6'6", 215 pounds, plus a 6'10" wingspan. Eyes opening measuring the mirror, those who on the wings at the size he's going to generate the top buzz highlights and considering how effectively he used changes, spread direction, footwork, and strength to get his spot. Don't forget his shooting also continued to look more dangerous after the combining to hit 9 for 17 three between the McDonald All-American, Nike Hoop Summit, and Jordan Brand Classic. Scott will be focused on how he will create separation and distribute given his score first wire and limited explosiveness. Like I said about Dylan Harper, I haven't seen him play yet. I hope I can see him play see some highlights of him and what my thinking about him, if he's probably going to be a top five player during the draft pick. So I don't know much about his game. The next one also I hadn't seen him play yet. Aces Bailey, also to Watker. Well, I'm not gonna Aces. Yeah, just to remind you for this one. I haven't seen them play, and I haven't seen their game yet. So according to this is according to Bleacher Report. Philadelphia services could get him if the draft was starting right now. So I'm not gonna read it, but he's pretty much compared to Brandon Miller and Tracy McGrady at 6'10", 200 pounds, small forward. That would be very interesting if right now, if Philadelphia become bad, they probably need a small guard because I don't think Paul George will be on the level that he was when he was younger, and also that the Philadelphia need another wingspan. So to me, I think if the NBA draft was, if the I can speak, if the NBA draft was started right now, Philadelphia probably going to get him. I, I think that would be the fact. They need another wingspan on Philadelphia. Portland Trailblazer probably going to get VJ Edgecombe from University of Baylor, shooting guard. He's from the Bahamas. He's pretty much compared to Victor Oladipo as Shannon Sharp, which is a great comparison. I think him, reality, right now, I think they say that uh he could be a good fit. So good fit with the Portland Trailblazer. Oh my bad, I don't know what's going on, man. But let's continue. So they say that he did play for the Bahama national team alongside Buddy Hield, DeAndre Ayton, and Eric Gordon. He said he's averaged 16.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 3.8. It's close to 4 assists. Shot for 57.1% in the field. He does have some athleticism, but I don't know how percent he can. Actually, 57% is not bad. But I think his problem is going to be how he can handle the ball, how how he can be so creative. I think that's according to Bleacher Report what they're saying. But I'm not mad at that. Now my Toronto Raptors could get Carmen Maluanch. If I butcher his name, I apologize. From University of Duke, he's from South Sudan. He's compared to Alex Sarr, who played for the Washington Wizards. He's pretty much like a 7'2", 9.8 as a transferable disruptive defense. I think he I think he pretty much, like I said, could have a defensive arc that the Raptors really need because I don't know where they rank on defense, but I think I think it is I think it is on defense the Raptors are pretty much at the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. But I have to look at it. I'm not so sure, but I think a guy like Cayman is pretty going to be pretty useful, especially you put him. I don't think you can put him right now on the top on the court, but he could be like a bench player, in my opinion, as a Raptor fan. But that's all the top five mock draft. right now. We got also news. Uh, not to do. We got a transition right now, but we got news that Zion will not play today against the Orlando Magic because he got a hamstring. So another bummer. And him and Paulo Baquero will not play today's game. So I hope and I hope he will be okay. Right now, let's transition to another sport. Let's talk about the NFL. Um, the NFL. Uh, still on Bleacher Report, people. Actually, yes. Yesterday, Thursday. My bad. The Bengals has faced the Baltimore Raven on Thursday Night Football, and the Baltimore Raven won in the overtime, 35-34. So, I think I have the. I don't know if I have the stat. I'm gonna look at it on. Wait a minute. I will. I'm gonna look at it on my on ESPN right now because I didn't see it the game, but I could tell you that the Bengals are not looking good right now. They're not looking good. They're. I mean, man, what's going on with the Bengals right now? I don't know what's going on, but they are not um living about their potential right now. I'll share it right now. The result. Then we'll be back on um maybe on Bleacher Report. We're gonna go look at it now. 35-34 against the Bengals. Baltimore Raven. Joe Burrow had he was 34 for 56, 428 yards, four touchdowns, no sack, no interception. He was sacked three times compared to Lamar Jackson. He was 25 to 33, 290 yards, four touchdowns, and zero sack. Derrick Henry was amazing as a running back. 16 carries, 68 yard, one touchdown compared to what? Chase Brown, 13 carry, 42 yard, one touchdown. Now in the receiving, Jamar Chase, I mean, he was a beast. Okay, 11 reception, 264 yards, three touchdowns compared to Tyron Wallace, 115 yard, three reception and one touchdown. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, if Jamar just doesn't get paid, I think the Bengals are fumbling it. I mean, that guy deserves to get the money. I don't know if he got paid, but if he hasn't get paid, the Bengals need to pay him. I don't know how much, but they need to pay him. So I would say this: I am pretty much disappointed with the Bengals. There was a lot of expectation for them, and especially a divisional rivalry against the Baltimore, who currently are number one on the AFC North. I think for Lamar Jackson, I think this team can dethrone Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I can feel it right now. They can uh dethrone the Baltimore Ravens. Actually, not the Baltimore Ravens. I mean the Kansas City Chiefs. I know. I mean Lamar Jackson is playing for the Baltimore Ravens. But to me, the Baltimore Ravens, I don't think that's not a last chance. I think they're potentially probably little bit going to be close, not extremely, but a little bit close. But I think they can make it to the Super Bowl. I think Baltimore Ravens. I don't have the prediction yet, but Baltimore Ravens will make this to the Super Bowl if everything is okay, if it's correct. N- And I mean, right now for the Bengals, I don't know what's going on, but the season's not over yet. And if I look at their schedule, I'm gonna look at their schedule right now. Not that after the Bengals right now, to the Ravens, they have a chance to beat the Chargers. Pretty much, it's gonna be very difficult. Actually, they got a pretty okay schedule. They got the Charger, the Steelers, Dallas. They're gonna win. They're gonna win. Actually, they're gonna win against the Dallas, Tennessee, and the Browns. Three games that they can win. I think two games they lost. I think they'll have a three uh two game loss. Three games they're gonna win. If you have four games, I think they can. I think the Bengals uh could make the wild card. I do believe that the Bengals could make uh a, AFC wild card game. So that's for the Bengals. Not for the Ravens. Their next game, they're gonna they're gonna go against yeah, they're gonna go against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Chargers, Eagles, Giants, Pittsburgh again, Houston, and Cleveland. So I think the Steelers one will be the tougher one. Actually, all those three games will be tough for the for the Raven to get some game victory. So I hope that the Raven on the right track so that the Raven can have a bye week in the playoff. So that's what I gotta say about that right now. Uh, let's move on from uh NFL to college sports. So right now, let's talk about the basketball first. The man basketball first. What game do we do we expect to see? Wait, I have to go back to my uh ESPN right now. ESPN, and let's look at the college man basketball first. Uh, let's look at it right now. What is for the schedule? Well, who's playing right now or who playing tomorrow? I don't know. They're playing today. So let's look at it right now. Let's update it, people. I know I'm pretty much not actually I'm okay, but I'm pretty much pretty much tired. But for you guys, I'm not tired at all. So right now there's a lot there are games that are live right now. Today you got the Army versus Duke. Duke is leading, but leading against the Army. Let's see who their top scorer. I mean, if who's leading for the Army right now in points? I don't think we have. I don't think we have the result yet. But the Army. I mean, Duke is leading against the Army, so I have to go back yet again. Yet again, let's look at it again, and let's see on my man basketball right now. So halftime, halftime of this game, if I'm not mistaken, that yeah, Duke. I mean Duke is 19 to mess with. No, actually not. It's still live. So like I said, Duke Army. Duke is leading. Uh, Boston College versus VCU. VCU is leading right now by 10 by what? By 13 points. Xavier is crushing IUPUI. There's some college name I don't know. Temple is leading right now. Ooh, he's leading in a huge amount of points against the Monmouth. Uh, Towson is leading against Penn State Wilker Barrier. Cornell is leading by 8 point against Stanford. UMass Lowell is leading against St. Peter. Penn State is leading against UMBC. Butler is leading against Pay by what? By 4 points. Uh, and where CCSU is leading against St. Joseph right now by 19 to 15. Davidson is still leading against Bowling Green 12 to 4. Florida Athletic is leading 13 to 9 against Coastal Georgia. I mean, there's a lot of games. So if you can, and just for a reminder, if you cannot see the result, because I know I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel while the game continue or finish. But if you want to see the video, you can go on my YouTube channel. So let's go. Let's continue. The Eastern Kentucky. I think Eastern Kentucky is leading by 25 to 11 against East Tennessee State. Uh, Georgia Southern leading against North Carolina Wilmington. HBCU game Grambling State against Ole Miss. Ole Miss is leading by 1 point against Grambling State. GW leading against Hampton. Holy Cross is leading and 20 to 19 against Rhode Island. Homstrat against Auna 14 to 11. UCF against IPFW tied. Kent State leading by 20 to 6 against Miami Hamilton. Morehead State against Cincinnati. Cincinnati against Morehead State 19 to 11. Pittsburgh leading 25 to 13 against Murray State. Purdue is leading against North Carolina 21 to 9. Akron leading 12 to 7 against Ohio Wesleyan. Oh, I don't. Sorry, I can't even pronounce. Oh, the two battle of South Carolina. South Carolina um leading against South Carolina State 12-9. North Carolina State leading against Presbyterian 19-16. South Florida leading 10-8 against Charleston. Clemson leading against San Francis at 21-12. I know there's a lot of games, I'm just gonna show you the rest of the game. We have Green Bay against St. Thomas, West Virginia, UMass, Virginia Tech with the USC, upstate Kansas versus the UNC, Queens with Western Carolina, Radford with the William and Mary. They're playing today, and the upcoming you got what Bryan versus Siena, Belmont versus Furman, Mississippi State versus Georgia State, and other games. So I'm gonna show you right now the other games. So I'm not gonna talk about it a little bit because I'm probably gonna lose my voice right now. Meanwhile, meanwhile, um, all those college games that I predicted just it just started in the second half or in the first half. So don't be surprised if the result change. Now let's move on from other college game. Let's start with the woman because I know the woman did play. Right, did play. So you got Buffalo versus Buffalo State. I mean Buffalo's leading to 89-26. Howard against Georgia Washington. Georgia leading by 2 points. NJIT versus Hofstraat, uh, leading 53-48. Georgia versus Houston 39-32. And I just want to continue to this just showing, so I don't want to talk about it no more. So you can watch it live in a little bit. So while the woman game continue, I will say this: this girl Juju Watkin is amazing. I just want to add that because I think her second year, I think she'll be extraordinary for um for the um for the WNBA. But I want her game to be polished at the same time. So this is the game for upcoming today. Oh, and tomorrow. Yeah, today, Friday in the United States. Also tomorrow. Actually, today also in the afternoon in what I am in Europe time. So those are the result. Those are the game and the result right now. Now, now let's switch a little bit of subject right now because I just want to say this that uh I didn't talk about it because because I was kind of busy. I don't know what his condition is, but Greg Popovich will miss probably the remain of the season, probably because he got sick, and I don't know what is his condition. I don't know what his condition, and I hope that he's gonna be okay because Greg Popovich, regardless if you like him or not, he's probably one of the greatest coach of all time, top five in my opinion. And the evolution of the game involved Greg Popovich finding a way to make it to the playoff. Whether it was with Tim Duncan and Derek Robinson, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, uh, with Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge. I mean, that guy is really special as a head coach. So I hope that we pray that he's okay and that I hope he can go back to the court. That's all I gotta say about that right now. Moving on, and we're still talking about basketball. Um, well, I found also on Bleacher Report the predicted prediction of the most improved player in this season coming up. So let's pick the top, probably the most prediction player that we are about to find out. Okay, so tier five, Jordan Hawkins from New Orleans Pelican. That obvious. Next player, RJ Barrett from my Toronto Raptors. Yes, and I think he should be considered in the conversation because those last three games, with a loss, he dropped 30 plus points in the win against the Sacramento King last week in the home court when the Vince Carter number has been retired. He dropped 30 plus points, so he should be in the conversation. I think he played better with not a lot of expectation because I know this is Scotty Barnes' team. I think he's better to be like a number two or three and not put the pressure on him because when he was in New York, he got a lot of pressure. Now, when he's playing for the Raptors, he's home, he's comfortable. He can be himself. And also with the injury of Scotty Barnes, that benefited. So I don't mind that. The next is Bilal Koulibaly from Washington Wizards. I'm not surprised about him. I don't think he's the guy. And I say this, he's not the guy for the Washington Wizards. He's like a bench warmer, a bench. But I think he got this opportunity. But I don't think you can build him in a position that's my guy. I don't think so. But I'm glad he's in the conversation. Next one, Jalen Sugg. Obviously, because last year they made it to the playoff, and they made it to the playoff, and I can see that Jalen Sugg will progress. And also, I'll say this, and I was angry on myself. I thought they should have drafted him because they need a point guard, but they drafted Scotty Barnes, so I'm not gonna. Who am I to complain? So I'm not complaining for that. Now, next, Evan Mobley for the Cleveland Cavaliers. No brainer, no brainer. But I think Evan Mobley with the Cleveland Cavaliers are 9-0. So I think that was the right thing to consider him in the most improved player of um of um of the 2025 uh season. So That's all I gotta say for today's podcast. Don't forget that tomorrow, actually Saturday night when I am in France, I'll be live on my Instagram to give my NFL prediction, Week 10 prediction. I'll be live and giving my own prediction um live on my Instagram. So don't forget I'll be live. Just enjoy it, comment it um on my live stream on Instagram. So thank you very much for listening to my podcast. Um If you want to follow me on social media, is on Instagram is Pascal underscore Mayara underscore 15. Same thing with Threads. X formerly Twitter is at the Valley with PMM. PMM. If you want to listen to my podcast, you can listen to me on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. If you want to watch it on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast, you can watch it. You can watch it and comment on my video. Uh, s- Subscribe. Go comment on my on the community. I post a lot of news about sport, culture, sneaker. Which I should talk about more sneakers. Do you guys want me to talk about more sneakers on live on my actually on my podcast? Because I feel like a couple of months I didn't talk about it. But if you guys want to talk, let me know if you want me to talk about the sneakers. But that being said, thank you very much for listening to my podcast, and I'll see you next time.